It's the same method of preparation.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah,
I recognize the guy. But listen, why is the Greek coffee boiled and not brewed or filtered the way that we have in the West?
The very first method of preparation of coffee ever in antiquity, which started in Yemen, was boiling ground up beans, roasted ground beans, and drinking that. That moved through the Middle East. It went to Turkey. It went to Greece. They never gave up that tradition. So they're still doing it the very first way that people ever made a cup of coffee.
And they made it like this. And I should, again, point out, there's a huge swath of the world that drinks their coffee boiled just like this. I remember growing up with little pots like this. And if you notice on the inside, go ahead and describe what you...
Well, it is bubbling right now, and as my great mother-in-law, Becky Castanis Green, will tell you, you want to boil it until you get this foam. The foam is the big deal, okay? You got to have foam in your coffee.
So why is it that boiling coffee helps protect your heart? What do the Greeks know that we don't?
Well, I think what they know is basically boiling is a method of extraction. Okay? When you take coffee and you grind it finely, you have more surface to extract. Okay, if that makes sense. When you boil it, you get the goodies out of the solid material. And if you don't boil it too long, like if you boiled it, let's say, for 15 minutes, it would actually degrade the value. But you boil it just for a few minutes, and then boom, you've got this super strong extract, which is what coffee is.
Let me, if I can, show you why I'm so excited about this. Because this new research shows that this Greek-style coffee protects us against certain kinds of heart disease, which is particularly a problem for women. So let me just demonstrate what happens normally in our blood vessels. It's called endothelial cell dysfunction. A big word, but when you do things in life, your heart pumps blood. Normally, the blood vessels are coated by these very thin cells that allow the blood vessels to get big when you exercise and compact. But those cells can get damaged when you have pressure problems, for example, and then your body panics, doesn't know what to do, so it recruits immune cells that go in there, they penetrate through, they're trying to heal you, but instead they cause inflammation, angerness. What does that lead to? Blood clots. Those green clots form. Those things can fly off and cause heart attacks. Now, if you drink Greek coffee, we think what happens is that the caffeine comes in with all those other chemicals as well. Those chemicals soothe over the endothelial cells, allow them to heal without forming the inflammatory response that I showed earlier, so you don't get the big clots forming. So that's why these people in Nigeria and other countries that drink a lot of this kind of coffee seem to live so long, because they're not dying from the #1 cause of death, which is heart disease.